How's it going? My name's Nathan Post. This is for Principles of Procurement, and it is April 14th. The country I've chosen is India, and the reason I chose India is because it was a popular location for outsourcing for call centers and IT positions, especially during the early 2000s. It was really the first time Americans saw jobs moving overseas in vast numbers. Um, it's the world's fifth largest economy, and it's the second most populous country in the world, right behind China. Also, my mom's boyfriend grew up in India, so I wanted to learn a little bit more about it. Uh, Starting off, for some cultural practices that are prevalent in India, the first thing I came into was the caste system. The caste system is a hierarchical structure hierarchical social structure that has existed for centuries. It's deeply ingrained in the country's social fabric. At its core, the caste system divides the society into rigidly stratified groups known as caste based on birth and occupation. Although the government got rid of it in like 1950, the ideology is still very much alive, and current censuses that have been taken recently, um, certain upper classes still hold on to the idea that they're upper class and wouldn't want to live next to, say, a lower class person. Um, Another prevalent cultural practice is they have very large family structures, and it's not uncommon for someone to family is very important to them. They lots of time live in multi-generational households. Um, so, whole families, grandparents, everybody's living together. And if they don't live in the same house, they probably live right down the street. And this fosters a real strong bond within their family. And it's just larger and more vast. And also gender roles. Gender roles are very prevalent in India. They have a more traditional way of thinking when it comes to men and women and the differences and the expectations of what they're supposed to contribute to their family and to their society. They're more how do I say yeah. The two cultural practices that I was going to compare are the caste and family structure. So, caste and family structure are the two topics I've decided to compare against American culture. Starting with caste, one could argue that there are classes in America similar to that of caste system, and it's hard to get out of them, such as middle class or lower caste. While true, the American version is much grayer and people have the ability to move up and down within the system. India's caste system literally defines you into one of four categories, the lowest one being the laborers and people that do menial tasks, dubbed the nickname of the untouchables. People who are born into this class face many more hurdles than someone born in poverty in America. They don't really have the choice to move up and down. If you're in that low class, you're stuck in that low class, unless some miracle or something. Um, this system dictated who you could marry, what type of jobs you could have, and pretty much most aspects of your life. Um, Family structure is also very different in India versus the United States. The United States, uh, most of the time when people are in their late teens, early 20s, they move out of mom and dad's house and then they go out and they start their own little thing. And, everybody has the vision of the nuclear family and what that's like. And, the single family home, that those are all really big aspects of American culture that are not necessarily the same for India because they like to live in larger groups of more people contributing to the family, and they like to be closer and more involved in each other's lives. Um, yeah. So how does researching country's culture before conducting a transaction would benefit you for business or work-related things? Starting off, it's gonna enhance communication if you understand and know like what cultural differences or cultural similarities and you have, it's going to be easier to communicate. You're going to help build trust and build a rapport. Could help facilitate negotiation, and it could help avoid cultural misunderstandings. Understanding the caste system when dealing with Indian vendor or something like that could come into your benefit and help make sure you don't embarrass yourself or accidentally offend someone. In summary, I'm glad that I got to know more about just India as in general. Uh, the caste system, I'm glad that they got rid of that. The modern world, a lot of these articles and things for the work culture and stuff, seems like India is undergoing like a pretty massive change right now. Like the modern world is meeting, it's one of the oldest civilizations in history. So it's like modernity and traditional Indian culture are like kind of merging right now, and that was interesting to learn about. Um, from the procurement side of things, learning more about the culture of the people that you're working with is gonna benefit you in a lot of ways. It could give you the edge on another company who doesn't care to learn. And like negotiating and everything, that's all about relationships. So if you're gonna go the extra mile and learn about their way of life, then it's only gonna benefit you. So anyways, thank you. That's my presentation.